You read that title right. Scarlett Johansson is back for another secret Marvel project, but it has nothing to do with Black Widow. In fact, she's not going to be in the movie at all. In fact, she will be directing a new secret Marvel project. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk about all major movie and television news, theories, breakdowns, and much more. I'm your host Chris, and today we have confirmation from Kevin Feige himself that Scarlett Johansson in fact is back on board and will be working on a secret project. Now, we get a little bit of fun here because we get to decide what that secret project is, since she won't be in the movie as an actress, however directing the movie as a boss. Now, this news comes to us from Deadline, who are an extremely reliable source, and then from Deadline directly from Kevin Feige. So this isn't a rumor. What is going to be the rumor is what it is she is directing. However, it does seem that whatever little disagreement and lawsuit that Black Widow's Scarlett Johansson and Disney had that ended up ending in a settlement where Scarlett Johansson actually got a lot of money doesn't seem to be a factor in their relationship anymore, as she has returned to be this big huge director. So let's start guessing. What do you think Scarlett Johansson is going to be directing? This is a character who had a very long career in the MCU, an actress who's very well known and well loved, and will now be taking a new direction in the MCU as a director of a secret film that nobody knows about. Now, recently it was confirmed by an executive at Disney working for Marvel that there are 31 projects currently in development, and we know a fair amount of them. Some Disney Plus projects like She-Hulk, Moon Knight, Echo, the Spider-Man freshman year, I Am Groot, Ironheart, Marvel Zombies. These were all recently announced during Disney Plus Day, and it was a good amount. I think we got 13 shows announced for Disney Plus, not including Hawkeye, which is 14. And then we know a fair amount of movies as well, like Multiverse of Madness, Thor Love and Thunder, Ant-Man Quantumania, The Marvels, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Deadpool 3, and a few other rumor projects like World War Hulk and even more. So let's just say an extra 10 movies between the movies we know about and rumored. That still puts us up to 24 projects, which leaves room for a ton of other secret projects that we don't know anything about. Now, it seems like the majority of these films that we don't know much about are the big team-up films. The Future Avengers team, the Dark Avengers, the Thunderbolts, the Young Avengers. Now, of course, we know that these will be coming and that they're down the road. However, when exactly, how exactly, where exactly, which teams, we don't know many details about this. It hasn't gotten out, and it's definitely been kept under lock and key, unlike most of Spider-Man No Way Home. With that being said, there are a few secret films that I could see Scarlett Johansson appropriately directing because of her history in the MCU. And one film in particular comes to mind, A-Force. Now, there was a moment during Avengers Endgame where A-Force might have been teased and introduced. But first, let's talk about what A-Force is. It's a former comic book series that was published by Marvel back in 2015, and it is a group made up of the women of Marvel. In the comics, it's led by She-Hulk, who will actually be introduced to the MCU very soon here, and we, like I mentioned, got a glimpse of this during the Avengers Endgame sequence at the very end, when a group of women came together trying to protect the gauntlet from Thanos. This was a really cool female empowerment and A-team shadowing moment, and I think that this is a movie we should be expecting to see in the future coming from the MCU. Now, for years and years, Scarlett Johansson was the only female member of the Avengers, coming from the original Avengers and even leading into the next Avengers film. She was the only woman who was there, and she was taking care of business. Later on, Hawkeye dubbed Wanda Maximoff part of the Avengers, and we had a second female role. However, Wanda's off doing her own thing right now, and while we are introducing characters who could be led into the A-team, I think it's interesting that we could point them out. For starters, like I mentioned, She-Hulk is a very top contender for joining the A-team. Then of course, Carol Danvers is an option as well. Now that Black Panther isn't around anymore, it's very possible that Okoye could leave Wakanda and also join the A-Force. Also, Pepper Potts, who recently lost Tony Stark, could join the A-Force as Hera or Iron Woman. And let's not forget about Wasp. Now, we'll have to wait and see what exactly is going on in her life right now, and we will figure that out in Ant-Man Quantumania, and what the future of hers remains in the MCU after that. However, she is also a possibility to join, and it would be really cool to see her team up with this A-Force. Now, there is a huge future of Young Avengers coming our way that will all lead up to play in the group, the Young Avengers, and I'm very sure we will end up seeing this, possibly even led by Hawkeye and Kate Bishop. Kate Bishop being a member of the Young Avengers and Hawkeye playing more of a Nick Fury role. But there are a ton of Young Avengers making their way into the MCU, like Ironheart, or Wanda's boys, who are traditionally part of the Young Avengers. But there are a lot of actors and actresses who can find their way into the MCU, starting in smaller roles, making their way to bigger roles, and I think it would be very cool to see Scarlett Johansson going full circle and now directing this new film. I'd be alright with seeing her do an A-Force, or maybe even a Young Avengers if she wanted to direct one of those two films. I think it would be really cool to see her take on that, especially since she was one of the only women in the MCU for quite a while, and certainly the only female Avenger. But there are limitless possibilities. It's possible that Florence Pugh will actually be taking up the mantle of Black Widow and have her own solo film that Scarlett Johansson is going to direct. That would also make a ton of sense. Regardless, it's exciting to see that she's returning to the MCU and that there are a ton of projects coming our way. There is no reason to stop being excited about the future of the MCU, with so much on the horizon for us to view, not only on Disney+, but as movies, as team-up films, as solo films, as origin movies. The horizon is more than full. So, let me know what you would like to see Scarlett Johansson direct in the MCU. Would you like to see her bring up a new Black Widow? Would you like to see her do A-Force, Young Avengers, or maybe even a different project that I didn't mention? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Don't forget, guys, we are currently doing a cool Spider-Man figure giveaway. All you need to do to enter the giveaway is subscribe to this channel and subscribe to the Cosmic Wonder. We'll be picking a random comment from our videos in the month of November, so make sure you're commenting on the videos as well, as that is where we will be finding our winner. Good luck to you guys, and thank you so much for watching till the very end of the video. I'll see you in the next one right here on Cosmic Culture.